And the concern is President Trump appears to be abandoning the free trade policies the U.S. has sought after since World War II, including his own trade policy in place during his first administration. And so the burning question is why? I spoke with Oakland University Business School Associate Professor Michael Greiner today for more insight on how economists are viewing that answer.
What does this picture look like?
Well, for consumers, it looks like higher prices, frankly. 70% of the American economy is driven by consumers. And so as a result of that, as these tariffs get imposed upon businesses, they're just going to have to pass on those costs to consumers. So it's just going to mean higher prices to everybody.
With those in mind, thinking that this is, building a better future for America, how does that work?
China, we have some very legitimate trade issues that we have to address with them. But they are not really trade issues that are well dealt with through tariffs, frankly. For example, intellectual property is a big issue in our dealings with China, and the theft of American intellectual property. That's not something that's going to be addressed by tariffs. On the other hand, you have Mexico, where there's the issue of immigration and drugs coming into the country, which the president gives us his justification for imposing the tariffs on Mexico. And arguably, that could be a basis for it. But then what makes you wonder is why Canada? Canada is not a source of immigration to the United States. In fact, from what I've read, we actually have more immigration going to Canada than into the United States at this point. They're not a major source of drugs here in the United States. We have a very favorable trading relationship with them.
So we're already seeing the repercussions.
The thing that's really bothersome about all this to economists is that North American economy is really one economic unit where you have goods, for example, automobiles, going back and forth across each border. So the idea that there could be tariffs making each of these transitions across the border more expensive is really something that is of concern, I think, to the automakers in particular.
That's why Michigan, may feel this pain a bit more than other states in the country.
Nobody knows what's going to end these tariffs. Nobody knows if they're going to end. Nobody knows what caused them or what Canada can do to accommodate them, or for that matter, what Mexico or China can do to accommodate them.
China responding with 15% tariffs on a number of U.S. farm exports and restrictions on about a dozen or 24 companies. And Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum expected to announce her country's retaliatory tariffs Sunday at a public event.